Hey guys, I arrived in the city of Patra or Patras. It's a city that lies in the north west side of the island of Peloponnese, between the shores of the sea and the mountains of Panakaiko. Well, the history starts probably during the Mycenaeans, but during the after the Dorian invasions, um, that is during the dark ages of Greece, a group of Achaeans from Laconia, which is the south of Peloponnese, the Sparta's territory, migrated here under the rule of Patras, hence the name of the city, Patra. And afterwards, it remained actually a normal settlement until the Romans conquered Greece in 146 before Christ, and they made this city flourish. Also during the Byzantines, the city was growing, and they were the first who built a fortress up on this hill. After the Byzantines, in the aftermath of the Fourth Crusade, the Franks were the ones who took the rule of the area, and what we see today of the fortress of Patra is most of their work. It's a triangular shaped fortress orientated south west. It has about 22,000 square meters. During the Frankish rule, it had on all three sides a moat, so it was defended by a moat from all sides. Even this inner courtyard had and has a moat that can protect the inner court. After the Franks, it kept changing hands. Also, the Pope of Rome leased at one point to the Venetians for during 5 years this place, and Constantine Palaiologos, the despot of Morea, that ruled probably from Mistra, where we've been, sieged this fortress in 1430 for 1 year, and he conquered back for the Byzantium the entire Morea. Well, afterwards the Turks came and conquered the place, and the Venetians came back in 1687, and they stayed until 1715, when the Turks came back and took it again. In 1828, the French armies were the ones who liberated the city from Ottoman rule, and they gave it back to the Greek revolutionaries. It was probably the most modern city of Greece, because it was the first city who had public street lights, and also the first city that had electrified tramways. Today it hosts few carnivals during the year, and it has at least 3 important landmarks. One is definitely this castro on which I'm standing right now. It is said that during the Byzantines it was attacked so many times by the Saracens, Slavs, barbarians, and so on. It never fell, and that's because the city patron saint is Saint Andrew, and they say that Saint Andrew protected this city, and we're going to talk about it because the second, probably most important, or the most important landmark of the city is the Church of Saint Andrew, which lays on the southwest of the front edge over there. You can see the blue-green dome and the yellow walls. It is the biggest church in Greece, probably the third largest church in Balkans after the Church of Belgrade and the Church of Alexander Nevsky in Sofia, Bulgaria. It holds today the relics of Saint Andrew. They were brought back in 1964 from Rome, and since 1980 it holds also the cross of Saint Andrew, which was brought back from Marseille. What I'm trying to say is that Saint Andrew is a really important figure in Christianity. It is the patron saint of Romania, Ukraine and Russia. It's on the flag, the cross of Saint Andrew, it's on the flag of Barbados, Tenerife, Scotland. And he was born in the 6th AD and died probably in the second half of the 1st century. He preached mainly around Black Sea, Georgia, Scythia, Thracia, up to Novgorod in Russia, and also here in Greece. He was crucified. He is here in Patra due to his Christian belief. But he wasn't crucified, he wasn't nailed, he was bound, but he didn't want to use the same type of cross that Jesus was crucified. So he asked to be crucified on another shape, the X-shaped cross, which is called Cruz decusata. So that's why today we know about this cross every time we cross, for example, a train line. Well, Saint Andrew is also a pretty important figure for all Christianity. It is depicted with the gospel or with a net, a fishing net, and he also lived with Saint Peter in Capernaum, where we've been in Israel. He was the brother of Saint Peter, so if Saint Peter was the founder of the See of Rome, Saint Andrew is the founder of the See of Constantinople. So it's quite an important figure in Christianity. This is Patra. It was European cultural capital of culture in 2006, and I know that because in 2007 Sibiu was from Romania was the European capital of culture. This is Patra with his fortress, Church of Saint Andrew the Apostle, and there is also an Odeon over here, another landmark. I can't see it due to the high buildings. It is still in use, can be visited. The harbor, and there's the lighthouse of Patra. See you next time.